All right, what's up, guys? So I got a video request from Simon, and he wants me to talk about there's a new Great Depression, except we don't have families to fall back on or no partners to fall back on either. I agree, man. Like, the economy seems to get worse, and the cost of living is going up. And people are having a hard time affording their basic necessities to survive out there. And when that happens, like, crime is going to go up. People are going to do things that they wouldn't really do just to survive, like rob a store, or there's going to be a lot more burglaries, like at these stores, for example, or these homes in the suburbs or in the cities, right? And it's making people worse, and it's even worse when there's a lot of people that have bad parents. There's parents out there that are abusive and they're narcissistic, and they don't have family to fall back on to try to live with them, because they can't get along with them, and they have to resort to living with roommates, and living with roommates is a hit or miss. Like, you don't even know if you can get along with them or not, and you don't know if it will be sustainable, because like, they may not get along with you, and then when the lease hits, then you gotta find new roommates, and that's just a lot of hard work, and it just seems like there's a lot of people out there that can't get along with their family, because these families just seem to be like toxic. They don't have empathy. They just don't seem to try to help like their kids out when the economy's bad, I mean, not all families. I guess there's good families out there that are helping their kids out there that went through hard times, but it just seems like there's a lot more bad families out there when the divorce rate is going up, and there's a lot of people that grew up with like single moms, and there's a lot of people that grew up with just like one parent at the home, and that can ruin the child's development, and that right there just makes the person have a hard time living out in this world, because they don't have a family to fall back on, like what you're saying, which sucks. And it's even worse, I guess, like if you don't have a partner, because you need two incomes to survive out in this world, seems like, because it's expensive to live out here. And I guess the hookup culture is kind of making it to the point where it's more difficult to find a loyal partner to live with, and it's making people more single. And the thing is, it's not easy to make six figures as a single person. There's only a few people that can do that, and that's why there's a lot of people struggling out there because of that. Because people are deciding to be single because they don't, like, especially men, because they don't want to risk getting married and then getting divorced and losing everything, Why do all that? And then there's women out there that don't want to be in a relationship. They want to live their own lives. I mean, that's cool and all, but I guess there's women out there that aren't genuine about it, and then they regret it later, So there's that too. And I think this single mom thing in this country is just the biggest problem. Like in America, we're number one in that. And that's making this worse. And like, that just makes people have a hard time falling back with family too, because of this single mom thing. Yeah, there's single moms that aren't as toxic, but there's a lot of them that are, you know, because they are stressed out, and they have a hard time taking care of the kid, because it's a lot of responsibility for them. They don't have the dad to help them out, you know. And I guess there's deadbeat dads out there that should be able to take care of their kid, but you know, I feel like a lot of them are accidental pregnancies, and they never, like, the kid will never meet its dad, you know. And that's why there's a lot of kids out there that have a hard time falling back on family, you know, because there's a lot of families out there that don't have the finances to take care of a child, and that's selfish, you know. They should, you know, it's the kid never has to be born for that, right? And it's just something else. It's not even just single moms. Like, there's like nuclear families, and they stay together, and they're toxic, you know. They can't even, like, there's kids out there that can't even fall back on them either, because they're that toxic and strict, basically. Yeah, the hookup culture is making people more single, and that's why they don't have a partner to fall back on, you know. That's what it is. And plus, like, if you have like a bad childhood, that can affect your adulthood, and like, you just don't have that family to fall back on for emotional support or financial support, right? And it just makes you have a difficult time adapting to like this fucking cost of living, you know. It's just makes it more difficult, and it's just something else. It's too expensive. It's just basically a Great Depression out there. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna get worse with this too. I mean, I would like this to get better, but it doesn't seem to be like that, you know. Trying to think. I think that might be it. I'll catch you guys later.